chat with us a little bit, and it's exciting to see what's happening within the company. I hope you guys are just fired up as I am, and I know that on Facebook there's a lot of you pretty fired up and excited. The app is out. If you have not downloaded it, you might want to go get it downloaded and make sure that you get your information in and update your app and all of that. So let me just mute some more lines here, and then I'm going to turn some time over. So with that said, my wife and I are just excited about what we're doing to you guys here in Divvee, and we're excited for each of you, for the opportunity. We have people from all around the world on this call here tonight. It's exciting to see what this thing has done, and we are very fortunate to have Mr. Lance Conrad on the call here tonight with us that's going to share some of his pearls of wisdom with all his many years of being in this type of industry. And I will tell you, I have fell in love with this guy just due to the fact that his leadership skills, his communication, his love that he has for building and creating, and there's no wonder that the company went out and searched him out and brought him into the company and had him hopefully make the right decision to do this, right, Lance? So anyway, I know for a fact that this is the right thing for him and the right thing for us. So I'm going to turn the time over to Mr. Lance Conrad. He's our president of the affiliate. So if I can turn the time over to you, Lance, go right ahead.
Awesome. Hey, Dave, thank you so much for having me on tonight. Thank you all for taking time out of your evening. I'm excited to share a few bits and a few updates with you tonight and maybe introduce myself. So, Dave, I was going to maybe introduce myself. Most of these people don't really know me. And then tell them a little bit about where we're at today, like what Divvee is today, what I see coming, like in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, where we're going and how we're going to get there. And maybe just really, and then at that point, if you have some questions or some things that I didn't cover, is that a good format for you tonight?
That would be fantastic. And I apologize. I know you've been running crazy, and I appreciate your time of getting on here. So, just take it away and tell us a little bit about yourself. And then, like I said, just point out some of the vision in the next 90 days. So.
Beautiful. Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for being on. I hope you got a pen, paper, notepad, and ready to go. So, Lance Conrad, I'm here from Lehi, Utah. That's just south of Salt Lake City. That's not too far from the corporate offices. If you're familiar with the area at all, I'm probably 15, 20 minutes away from Divvee corporate headquarters. My background, I was a headhunter for 10 years, 2 years for a firm, 8 years I owned my own firm. Actually wrote a few books on recruiting, technical recruiting, and started franchising in my 20s. Sold 137 franchises across the country and then sold that to a publicly traded company. Was back in the staffing, headhunting arena in 2008 when really the market crashed and nobody was hiring. And I found myself at a crossroads looking for a way to reinvent myself, and I was introduced to the world of network marketing with a company called New Skin, big company out of Utah. And somebody with vision and direction showed me the importance of leveraged and a passive residual income, and I was really hungry and I was really looking for something at that point. And I jumped into a 24, 25-year-old company at that point and didn't look back. I was the top recruiter in the world out of 1 million distributors 3 years in a row. I was a marketer like yourself. I hit the top rank of that company inside of 1 year. I've built in 50-plus different countries. I've trained now over 1 million distributors around the world. After about 3 years, I actually retired for a couple of years. I retired for a couple of years in my mid-30s, and I was actually drawn back to the industry because of a challenge. There was a company here locally called Divvee that had been struggling for about 5 years, and they were looking for a new brand, a new image, a new story. They were just hungry. They just needed something to turn it around. And I told them that the industry needed to change, that it needed to get better, that it needed to get better products, better price points, more social media friendly. It needed to get younger. It needed to get back to the heart of it, which was changing people's lives, and it needed to lead with the heart. And they said, well, how do we fix our company? And I said, you can't fix your company. Your brand is established. Everybody already knows who you are. Well, what do we do? And I said, you start something new. And so they said, well, we'd like to hire you. And so they hired me and two partners, one of whom I'm going to introduce to you guys in the next week or so. And we created a new company, a new brand. We started with new products, a new culture, leading with this idea of let's make a change. Let's make a difference. Let's do random acts of kindness. Let's do humanitarian service. Let's help people not just financially, but physically and spiritually and all aspects of their life. Let's leave them better than when we found them. And we launched a company called Mint. And for the first time, actually at the beginning, nobody wanted to touch it. Everybody was like, that's just Divvee 2.0 and that's nothing new and that's not special. And I said, well, it is special. We'll make it special. And so I was the very first distributor in Mint. We did $1 million in sales our first month out of retirement, starting from scratch. And in about 6 months, we had that up to over $2 million a month. And we had North America cranking again, and that's when a large company came in and me and a partner brokered the largest merger in the history of network marketing when Jeunesse purchased Divvee and Mint. And so I've been on the corporate side. I've done consulting for companies, small, medium, and large companies within the industry. I've owned companies outside of the networking industry. But that's actually where I ran into Darren O'Lyon, was at Mint. He came in very early and really loved this idea of serving, servant leadership, leading with making a change and helping people, and fell in love with that concept and that passion, helped us open and launch Asia for Mint. And then when that was all purchased, we went different ways. We've stayed in touch. We've been very good friends, and I've been tracking him with Divvee. He's been tracking me with a couple of the projects I've been working on. And a couple of months ago, we went out to lunch, which we do periodically, and he said, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe what's happened. And he started telling me about Divvee, this new version of Divvee with the app, the videos that you watch, with the app downloads, this whole technology platform, but really this concept of really low cost barrier to entry, no monthly auto ship, and the ability to generate really absurd amounts of revenue and income for affiliates from doing something from home. Truly a home-based business that could be viral and that could be easy, and that really everybody that participates should succeed. And he started sharing with me with this vision, and he said, Lance, it's gone so fast, it's gone so viral, it's gone so big. All along I felt like we needed to create this community and this family and this heart and this culture and like, help me, let's do it. Like, what do we need to do? And I got so excited about this vision of what he shared with me about Divvee and what you guys, a lot of you guys have pioneered and created and run with. A friend of mine said, help, but what I really liked is the vision of what he's created and what you guys have created. I said, I want to be a part of this. So I've spent the last about 6 weeks disengaging from a couple of projects I was involved in. I actually turned down an offer from a several $100 million networking company that wanted to do a rebrand similar to Mint. And I joined this little startup company called Divvee, that's not so little, to be with you guys here tonight. And I want to share with you a little bit of why, what I see and what the vision is. And I'd also like to address, before I get into why and where, I want to get into the why. Well, let's get into the why a little bit first. It comes back to what we started with Mint a few years ago, Darren and I, which is this idea that networking needs to get better. I don't even want to call it network marketing, because we're going to talk about networking. When you talk about network marketing, it's been done the same way for 5, 6, 7 decades. They've been doing it the same way. You get people in a home, you share a vision, and you get people in the next home, and you go to hotels, and you go to regionals, and you do all these events, and it's this home-based business, but nobody that's really doing it's ever at home. They're always on the phone or on the road and traveling to go do this home-based business. And it's expensive buy-ins, and it's expensive monthlies, and it's not that it can't work, it's just challenging, and it's got setbacks, and it has the ability to change people's lives, and it's changed my life, and it's been a huge benefit and blessing to my family. And so I love the industry, but I feel like it could get better. It can get more social media friendly. It can get more viral. It can get younger. We can reduce the barriers to entry and let more people succeed. And that is what Divvee is to me. This idea of this world's largest focus group, that your opinion matters. That companies will pay to have your opinion, to hear your voice, to know what you are interested in, to know what you like and don't like, And there's millions of companies out there that need this feedback, that want this feedback, and that are willing to pay this feedback. And in this marketing world that we're in today, they're having a harder and harder time to get the eyeballs and the opinions of the people. People don't watch TV anymore. They TiVo or record TV. People don't go to the phone book anymore. You can't put an ad in the yellow pages. It doesn't work anymore. And most companies don't have a clue what to do in internet marketing. And we're going to have that pulse of the people where companies that want feedback can get instant, immediate feedback, response, to hear your voice, to get your opinion, and they're willing to pay for that. Now, here's the cool part of that. The vision of what's being created, I know it's being rolled out today, but the vision of what's being created is somebody could literally come in as a free customer and over time generate points. I know some of this is in process, so just work with me. And then with those points, upgrade and have no monthly auto ship, that they can just do their 100+ actions a month and eventually share that vision with other people, be earning money monthly, be building a team that they earn money from that team on a monthly basis, and continue to grow that until eventually it could be some type of full-time income. But the idea that every person that is active within our focus group will profit and will make money on a monthly basis. I don't know of another company like that on the planet. I really don't. And I know what you're seeing today is a lot of, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of excitement. I get it. It's Divvee signing day and it's rolling out and people want and been waiting for so long and are so hungry and need more info and need more knowledge, and there's been, a lot of comments on Facebook and what have you, and that's okay. That at least it shows that people are interested. If it was just echoes and silent and nobody was responding, we'd know we'd have no market. We know there's a market and a demand for this. We've had 2 million people try to download this app over the last 3.5 weeks. So you guys are right at the beginning. You are at the ground floor of not a wave. People talk about a wave. This is a tsunami that is going to sweep the earth and change the concept of networking in general. Where are we at today? We are at beta. We are at beta 0.01. We're not even at launch. I'm just being real with you today. Let me tell you why. Any technology company on the planet is going to release something today. This could be Apple, this could be Sony, this could be Microsoft. They're going to release a new phone, a new software product, a new technology. These are like multi-billion-dollar a month companies. And they're going to release Microsoft Office 10.0, or they're going to release the newest iPhone. I don't know, I don't follow iPhones, but 8 or 9 or whatever we're up to, 27 or, whatever the newest iPhone is, or whatever the newest software platform is. When they release these technologies, they know for a fact that no matter how many programmers, how many technologists they put on it, there's going to be bugs, issues, and problems, and they release them anyway. And they realize that they're going to have customers that complain and come back to them and say, this is broken and this is tweaked and this is all jacked up and why did you do this? And they take that feedback and what do? They release an upgrade. They improve the software. They improve the operating system. They improve the platform, and they keep working at it until it's polished, smooth, and totally jamming. They get it. No matter how much they prepare, version 1 is always problematic, buggy, and has issues. Okay. We're releasing beta 0.1, whatever you want to call it, today. And with that, we know that there are issues and people have some frustration. I'm just excited that we're moving. We've been building this really new car, this really new concept, this really new idea of how networking can be done and change lives around the world. And it's a Ferrari. It's beautiful. And the concept is really brilliant. You've got to believe that, or you wouldn't be hanging on through the challenges and the problems. But today we're backing it out of the garage with a tow truck. And we can only go as fast as that tow truck can drive while towing this Ferrari. And so what do we have today? I'm just being honest. We've had bugs. We opened it up for Google and all Android devices and found out tablets couldn't do it. Well, you know what? Our guys have been working around the clock to get this thing live, like literally around the clock until they collapse at 2 or 3 in the morning, then they're up again at 5 in the morning, trying to get everything ready for launch today. Tablets didn't work. They fixed that. They tweaked that. Tablets worked. Then we found out that the 1,000 coins to do 100 invites for the legacy users, the people that are already purchased the app, well, that wasn't working quite right. Guess what? That's been fixed in the last hour and a half. That was fixed. So if you're a legacy affiliate, already had a membership, you should be able to do your 100 invites. That's in place. The registration process, it just hasn't been as smooth or as easy as it should be. And so we're upgrading and improving that. You know, some people were taking one invite and they were spamming it out to lots of people, and that wasn't working at all. That doesn't work at all right now. We're going to have a process here shortly, not tonight, but hopefully by the end of this week, so that people that want to invite multiple people or groups or teams, because I know a lot of you have been putting together teams for the last couple of months and have hundreds of people, in some cases thousands, and even tens of thousands of people that are ready to enroll in some countries. We're going to have systems in place so that you can invite your whole team and grow your teams faster. I'm just excited that we were able to open enrollment today, that we're able to start fixing the bugs today. What are some of the problems we dealt with? Well, we have a whole new technology platform company called FiberNet. They're fantastic. They said they're ready for us. We have a technology company that created the app that you guys use to watch the videos and download the app, and they said that they were ready to transfer onto this new technology platform. We had a new back office with attribution that we were working out in-house. We had about 4 different pieces that each piece said we're ready for Saturday, for launch. But when those pieces were all put together in one place, they didn't play well together. They didn't integrate well together. And so first it was the app. It was supposed to take an hour or two the platform. It was only supposed to take an hour or two to switch over to that platform. That was a 2-day process that started on Thursday and went through till Friday. Then once that platform was up and running, then the back office wasn't working right, and we had to figure out how to integrate that. And then the app wasn't working right. And then literally we lost one of our programmers that had a key piece of code. So there's a lot of things that we were working around. I get that there's been a lot of frustration. All I'm saying is, as we are a startup in every sense of the word, have patience with us. Realize that every technology launch has bugs and issues, and in this case, we're a startup. We just happen to be a really big startup, and there's a lot of people watching. But we are a startup, and I would say have patience. I want to share with you. I joined my first networking company. I told you it was Nu Skin in 2008. Nu Skin actually started in 1984. And it was actually Clara McDermott, Craig Tillotson, and Craig Bryson that came in as the master distributors or affiliates like yourself to start this idea of selling the skincare or lotion. And the truth be told is it was a total disaster. It was a total mess. They didn't have really good branding or labeling. They didn't have good product. They would actually get the product in buckets, and literally distributors were helping spoon product into jars, stick stickers on jars so that they could go back out and sell the product. They'd bring empty jars back to fill them up. It was a mess. It was really a disaster. And in fact, right at the beginning, there was a guy there that was with these 3 named Nathan Ricks. And Nathan Ricks looked at this disaster. He looked at the lack of product development, the lack of branding, the lack of customer service. You know, really that it was a mess. And he said, no, I don't really want to be a part of this. This isn't for me. And so, you know, the 3 C's, Craig, Clara, and Craig, they're all family, said, well, we're going to figure it out. We're pioneers. We're going to make this work. And they started growing it and building it, and it started to catch on. It started going viral. It started becoming exciting. And they got their checks to over $100,000 a month. And 5 years later, Nathan Ricks came back to them, who's also family. They're all related through marriage. And Craig said, you should join us. It's totally dialed. It's a Ferrari, and it's in full speed. It's going. And Nathan's like, well, I missed it. And he said, well, you haven't missed it. It's jamming. And he's like, yeah, but you're too far ahead. Well, he's like, it's your fault. You didn't stick through the hard time. You didn't want to deal with the mess, and you didn't want to deal with the problems. But now you can still make good money. And Nathan finally got back on board and has gone on to be one of the top earners in the world, coming on to Nu Skin 5 years later. Why do I even tell you this story? Those 3 C's, those 3 pioneers, Craig, Clara, and Craig, have earned over $100 million from their home-based business. They are absolute legends in the industry. They're all retired, long time. They have multiple homes, tons of cars, lots of toys, a residual income that'll pay them for the rest of their life. And they are legends. They did the impossible. They were the pioneers. Lots of people were there at the beginning. A lot of them quit. Those three saw it through to the finish line. Why do I even bring that up? Right now, you guys are pioneers. I'm proud of you. You saw this vision, this concept, this idea. Somebody introduced it to you, the world's largest focus group. Virtual, no barrier to entry, no auto ship. Get paid for giving your opinion on a daily basis. You saw it. You're jumping on it, and you love that. Now you realize there's some issues. We're getting it up. It's not smooth. We're not out on iOS yet. We want to be out on iOS, I promise. We want to be on every Apple device. We're working on it. That's on our list of things to do. There's a lot of pieces that are broken. If you're one of those people that has to have everything right, the customer service caught up for the 250,000 people that have joined in just the recent period of time, the translation right, the marketing material right. If you're one of those people that has to have all of the details right or doesn't like change, and there's people on this phone that I'm talking to you right now, you know I'm talking to you. I'm telling you that right now, Divvee is not the company for you. Come back, check us out again in 3 months, 6 months, or a year and see what we're doing. Because we'll be better. We're going to get better month after month. Our offerings are going to get better. Our products are going to get better. Our technology is going to get better. Our delivery is going to get better. We plan on offering so much value for our affiliates that they're going to want to be a part of what we're doing, whether they're making money or not. But it's going to take some time. And if you're one of those people that has to have it all right today, wait. I'm just telling you that. If you're somebody that is a visionary and can see the vision of what we're doing, then this is the time to get involved. Own the freaking market share. We will figure it out. We'll figure it out together. We'll figure it out with you. Right now, we are building something that's never been done before. If you think that's easy, go try it. Guess what? I just read the book, Shoe Dogs. Dude, Nike did not get built overnight. It was a disaster for years. I read Jeff Bezos' book, the Everything Store. Guess what? Amazon was a disaster. It lost money for decades. But what is it today? Did you know Phil Knight at Nike, he didn't even like the swoosh. It was like they ran out of options, so they said, all right, throw that one out there. Become this worldwide phenomenon. So, where are we at today? Right now today, we've got Google. We're in the ad store. We've had our first enrollments. I'm so excited. I hope you are. I hope you're enrolling. I hope you're enrolling your people. I hope you're enrolling your team. I hope that you're enrolling them based on where we're going, because I want to share with you a little bit today. Right now, we have two customers that they want us to watch their ads, and the ads that we like, we engage with or download their apps, and we get paid for doing those actions. That's who we have. That's all we have in the coffers today. What you don't know, what a lot of you don't know, is we've already signed deals with 10 other similar clients that offer ads that give us revenue for you guys watching these videos and downloading these apps and engaging with their customers. We're going to have a dozen customers, a dozen different affiliate partners providing this inventory to us in our back office by the end of the week, this week. What does that mean to you? More inventory, more ads, more rank and share. We're going to be able to keep up with your teams, and we're going to be able to keep up with your daily actions. So I don't want you to worry about that as we grow. That is such a small tip of the iceberg of where we're going. So let me tell you what happens next. Right now, I promise you, all hands are on deck. Everybody's been working around the clock. We have a team of programmers, a team of technologists, all the customer service, everybody that can lend a hand is lending a hand to get the enrollment process up, better, debugged, fixed, and cleaner over the next couple of days. You're going to just see it improve day after day. We're going to be able to invite mass. We're going to be able to invite Apple users eventually. We're going to be able to, it's just going to be a more streamlined, easier, better process. That's coming. Okay, soon as that process is cleaned up, hopefully by the end of the week, the next process is we've signed over 100 other customers besides these video app clients. These other customers offer other types of products. These products will include anything that you could do on a daily basis that requires your opinion or your feedback. So what am I saying? Clients that require, that would love to have your opinion on a survey. an email offer. Companies that just want an email address so that they can send you promotions and updates. They're willing to pay just to have a valid email address because they think their products are so good that if they can send you updates, that you'll buy them, that you'll like them. They want your opinion. They want your feedback. They'll pay for your email address. We have companies that will pay for free offer giveaways. Like they'll literally send you free product to try, and our company will get paid, and we'll be able to roll money through the compensation plan for you getting a free product. I'm looking at an ad for Gillette right now. So, for example, we don't have a deal with Gillette, just know this. But, for example, Gillette will send you free razors because they want you to buy monthly razors from them instead of using the Dollar Shave Club. They want in on that market. So if you'll sign up to get that free offer, Gillette will pay money. Does that make sense to you? These clients, that inventory, we already have tons of them signed and ready to go. And until we get the enrollment process properly, we can't work on the integration process on these new types of customers. As soon as the enrollment process is done, we're going to integrate the technology to accommodate these new types of customers. Why is that relevant to you? It becomes hugely relevant. Well, we're making a little bit of money on each ad watched, each video watched, and each app downloaded today. These other types of clients pay out a lot more money, from $1, $2, up to $30, $40, sometimes $50, depending on the type of survey and the type of process or the time commitment behind it. We make a lot more money that gets to roll through the compensation plan for these other types of clients. We also get to create the rules. So with those types of clients, we can pay you a lot more money. We can also pay you points. We've promised to engage and give you points for daily action. Our first couple of customers said, we won't let you do that. Okay, so what do? We're finding other types of customers so that we can give you points that you can have free affiliate sign-ups and they can get paid for their actions on a daily basis, or you can get paid for the actions you're doing on a daily basis in terms of points that can be redeemed in the Redemption Center. We've committed to deliver that. We've got the relationships that will allow us to deliver that. And as soon as we can get the technology upgraded to deliver those new products to you, that's coming. That should be here by the end of the month, March. At the end of February, we're running out of daylight. So that is in the works. The next thing is, as the number of affiliates around the world grows, as we have more people like you that want to be a part of this movement, want to be a part of this concept, guess what? We get to become our own advertising or affiliate group. So we can go back to our original ad networks and we can offer those videos. We can offer those app downloads. We can provide those content and go directly to the advertisers or the companies that want to advertise to you. And when we are our own ad network, we can pay 5 times more money for the exact same actions, and we can pay points on those actions. We will deliver the things that we've promised to you. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So where are you? You're at the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of other things, a lot of other benefits, a lot of other exciting details that are coming. I can tell you that what we've committed to as a company and as a team is, even though we're making dimes at a time, and it may be $1 a day or $2, I don't know what the exact number is, per affiliate doing these actions on a daily basis. We at some point are going to be able to deliver you a bundle of activities, 5, 6 activities that should take you between 15 and 30 minutes a day that are daily actions that will generate $10+ in revenue. $10+ in revenue that we can run through the compensation plan. Our goal is to get the daily actions to pay out $1 per level in our 10-generation comp plan, so that you can start to do the math. This is where we're going, guys. This isn't where we're at today. This isn't where we're at the end of the month. I'm just giving you an idea of where we're going this month, but where we're going to be by the end of this year. If not in 3 months, 6 months, by the end of the year. We want you to be able to count on $1 a day for every affiliate on your team. Okay, well, what does that mean? It means if you've personally enrolled 10 people, you're making $10 a day. That's $300 a month. That's not bad. You can do the math. That's just not all that bad. What if those 10 people enroll 10 people? Well, do the math. That's $100 a day. That's $3,000 a month. That's pretty exciting. That's getting pretty good. What happens when you have 1,000 affiliates doing the daily actions? That's starting to get crazy money. What about the affiliates that have already gotten excited, got rolling, and have over 100,000 people on their team already? Start doing the math on that on a daily basis. And I believe that we are creating a company today that's going to break every record in this industry, in networking in general, and change the face of networking, network marketing. 2 million people want to download our app over the last 3.5 weeks. I firmly believe, we'll have more than 1 million affiliates by the end of March. If we hit those numbers, we should be well north of 10 million. I don't know at the high end, but tens of millions of affiliates by the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised to have more than 50 million people around the world doing this by the end of the year. Okay. What does that mean? Well, let's start doing some revenue numbers. The best network marketing companies on the planet, we'll go back to Nu Skin because they're a pretty good example. They're a great company. Their average affiliate spends just under $200 a month on products, goods or services. I've known some companies like Divvee. When I got there, their average was over $200 because of the way their compensation plan worked, $220, $230. Well, let's do the math. Let's say the average person is generating at least $10 a day in revenue for the company. We hope that it can be a lot higher than that eventually. We believe, we're pretty confident we can get it a lot higher than that. But let's say $10 a day. That means the average affiliate is generating $300 a day in revenue, and they have no monthly auto ship. They're not spending any money. This is money from third-party advertisers paying us that are bringing new monies to our network. That's exciting. It's not the network putting money into the same network. It's other people that want to advertise that are putting money into our network, paying you for your opinion. And let's just say, I think we could do a lot higher than that, but let's just say the average affiliate is generating $300 in revenue a month. What happens when we're a 10 million affiliate company? What happens when we're a 50 million affiliate company at $300 a month per affiliate? And you start doing the math on that, and that makes us one of the largest, well, it makes us the largest networking company on the planet. What I get most excited about is everybody that comes will be able to win. Everybody that does their daily actions will be rewarded. Everybody can be a winner. Everybody can succeed. And when we lead with this idea that we want to make a change in people's life, we want to start with yours. I believe that you're at the right place at the right time. I believe it so firmly that I turned down an offer to become essentially a president of a several $100 million company that I can join this little startup with you and Divvee, because I believe we're going to change this planet. The way that networking is done, the way that your voice is heard, the way your voice is counted. I believe we're going to change the way elections are won. I believe we're going to change a lot of things in this world together. And if you can get behind that vision, then what I would ask you today is a little bit of patience with our bugs. Realize that you're not being ignored. There's just not enough manpower to answer it. Usually you're in a startup company, you can get all the questions and solve all the problems, or at least tell people where we're at because there's a couple hundred people and you're in touch with them every day. We already have 2 million people trying to get answers on Divvee today. It's hard to stay in front of that. And you're hearing new voices and new answers, and it seems like everybody's like changing the rules every day. And just know that in the startup, as we're running into problems and challenges, we're trying to figure out the best possible solution for you to fix those. And so the day you heard something, it probably was accurate that day. And the next day you hear something a little bit different. Just know it's changing that quickly. My job is to help be that voice and to help distill the information so that you're getting the best possible information most currently. And I look forward to working with you to take this idea of Divvee around the world. I'm telling you that if you're a part of it, I believe you're in the right place. I would be hustling to get as much of the market share as possible so that as these changes get better and as the daily actions go up, that your check just goes through the roof. I believe you can make a lot more money. The top pioneers, the top leaders that are right here at the ground floor will make more money than Craig Tillotson, Clara McDermott, and Craig Bryson. I do believe that. I believe if you're looking at this today, you're looking at a new kind of company. It's got bugs, it's got challenges, but man, it's going to be fun and it's going to change lives, and I want to be a part of it. And I'd say get with the person who got you here and join. Don't wait. I wouldn't wait. By the time you wait, this thing's not going to be a 250,000 person company. It's going to be a 2.5 million person company, and countries will have been opened, and and the wave will be in full momentum. You're right at the beginning. I would get in. I'd be a part of it. I'd join. And if you're a part of it and you're frustrated, I'd just say take a deep breath. We love you. We hear you. We're going to get better. If you'll be patient with us, we promise to be better tomorrow than we were today. And every week and every month, it will get better. The delivery will get better. The products will get better. The interface will get better. The customer service will get better. We're trying to keep up with you guys, and you guys are so good. You're hard to keep up with. We love you. We're proud of you, Dave. Thanks for having me on this call tonight. You guys go make it the greatest night of your life. Look forward to working with you and meeting you, and you'll hear a lot more of me over the weeks, months, and years